Hello children. Yesterday we saw question number 1 and question number 2 of practice set 2.2 on page number 11. Okay, so we're going to start with practice set 3. Question number 3 of practice set 2.2. Ready? Okay, so they have given you a diagram of two parallel lines and two transversals. Okay, so now first thing that we do is we'll read the question. The question reads, in the adjoining figure, line P and line Q are parallel. Okay, line T and line S are transversals. So what are we to find? Find X, Y and so to find angle X and Y using the measure of angles given in the figure. So whatever measure is given in the figure, we have to find the measure of angle X and Y. Now when you look at the textbook image or the diagram and the diagram that I have drawn, you'll see some alphabets extra. What I've done is I have named the diagram further. Now for example, how have I named them? So I have written that let us name the diagram with points. Okay, so one line T will carry 2 points, that is A and P. Okay, so I have named it like this. I have written line P is parallel to line Q, line S is and line T are transversals. Clear? So line P will have point is equal to line PQ. That means there are 2 points that I have taken on line P, which is P and Q. Okay, if you see line P, this is line P. I have taken 2 points P and Q. Now line Q I have taken 2 points, line R and S. Okay, on line T I have taken points A and B. On S I have taken points C and D. And I've also named the point of intersection. Now I have written that also. Line AB intersects line PQ at point L. Line AB intersects line P at PM at line L. Okay, again line AB intersects line RS on point O. Okay, line CD intersects line PQ at point M. Line CD intersects line RS at the point N. Is this clear? There's nothing to be worried or nothing to not understand. Okay, everything is written very clearly. Why did I write this? Not only for your reference, in the exam when you have done some changes in the diagram, we've not made any changes, we've just added certain elements to the diagram. It is our duty that we clearly mention that in the points. So I have mentioned that very clearly till here. Is that clear? Okay. What and all I've mentioned, I've told them the diagram will be named on the basis of the points. And why should we do that? Only then, children, we can use or we can make out the angles easily. Okay, otherwise the angles it is difficult for us to find out which angle and what. Okay, so I have named them. Okay, so what and all I have named each line and I have named the points of intersection. Clear? We'll go ahead. Now look into the sum. The first question is angle ALM is equal to 40 degree. Now look at this. Hold the phone a little. Okay. Angle ALM. So ALM is 40 degree. This one. It is given to us. Yes. So then what will happen? Angle ALM is congruent to angle LON. Why? Because it is a set of corresponding angle. Clear? So, okay. So we were here. Angle ALM is congruent to angle LON, corresponding angle. So the measurement of angle ALM is 40 degree. So then angle LON would be 40 degree. Clear? So we have already seen that ALM is congruent to LON, this angle. Okay, now what do we have to find? The measure of angle below it. Yes, so then you have to remember angle LON plus angle NOB. That is LON plus NOB is 180 degree. Yes, why is it 180 degree? Because they form a linear pair. I told you what is a linear pair yesterday. If you remember, the sum of both the angles in a linear pair would be 180 degree. So we already know what is LON. LON is 40 degree. We don't know NOB. We have to find NOB. NOB is nothing but the X, angle X, which the question is asking us for. Yes, NOB is equal to 180 degree. So then this 40 degree plus will become minus over here. So 180 degree minus 40 degree is 140 degree. Therefore, angle NOB is 140 degree. Therefore, angle X is 140 degree. Is this clear? That means we have found this X. The X is 140 degree. Everybody, it is clear now? We'll go ahead. Yes? Okay. The second question is, what about Y? Okay. So Y is here. So now we know angle SND is given as 70 degree. This one. SND is given as 70 degree. Okay. So obviously this angle, it is something called as vertically opposite angle. Now alternate angle is Z shape. Vertically opposite angle is X shape. This angle is congruent to this. This angle is congruent to this. Understood? So look at this. This is an X shape. Yes. So this is S and D is 70 degree. That means M and O will also be 70 degree. So S and D is 70 degree. Therefore M and O is also 70 degree. Vertically opposite angle. Therefore angle M and O is equal to 70 degree. Clear? Now we'll go ahead. We don't want to know about M and O and leave it. No. What are we to know? We have to know measure of angle LMN. Yes. So now angle LMN plus angle MNO is equal to 180 degree. Why? Sum of interior angles are supplementary. This was a rule that we learned yesterday, isn't it? So we know how much is MNO. MNO is 70 degree. How much is LMN? We don't know. So plus LMN is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, LMN is equal to 180 degree minus 70 degree. That is angle LMN is equal to 110 degree. That is Y 110 degree. Have you understood this? Easy. Okay. So even if you go through this, when you write down in your notebook, write it as it is. Why? Because this will help you to understand what is this in bracket. It is not only for your reference, but in future when you open your book, you should know why is this congruent, why is this 180 degree, why are these angles congruent, and why are these angles again supplementary. Understood everyone? Easy to understand, nothing difficult, isn't it? Not at all difficult. So this sum ends here. Question number 3 I've done for you. Question number 4 is a homework for you. Question number 4 is a homework for you. Clear everyone? Yes? Okay, we'll go to the next question. Children, question number 2 is what I've done for you. Okay, I said question number 3. Notice question number 2 that I've done for you. Question number 3 is your homework. And we're going to do question number 4 now. Okay? Okay. So, what is the question? In the adjoining figure, line AB. Line A is parallel to line B and line L is a transversal. Find the measure of X by Z. Yes, that is what you have to find. Okay. What is given to us? Only the measure of one angle, that is 105 degree. Only one angle measurement is given. Okay. Like we did in the previous sum, we are going to do the same thing here. We are going to name everything. Now, how am I named it? I have named line A as PQ, line B as RS, and line L as MN. Okay. I have also named the point of intersection. Line MN meets line line PQ at point D, and line MN meets line RS at point E. Very clear, easy. Yes. So I have written that over here. See, line A is parallel to line B and line L is a transversal. Clear. So I have written line A is equal to PQ, line B is equal to RS, line L is equal to MN. Line MN intersects PQ at point P, line MN intersects line RS at point E. This is what we have done. Now what is given to us is 105 degree is what we have. That is it. Okay, so how are we going to find out? Now in this case, if you see this angle X is a corresponding angle to this angle. So angle PDM is congruent to angle RED. So angle PDM is congruent to angle RED, that is corresponding angle. How much is angle PDM? Is equal to 105 degree. Therefore angle RED is equal to 105 degree. So we have already found out X. Therefore angle X is equal to 105 degree. Very simple. Yes, simple corresponding angle. Okay, the next part we have to find Y now. So angle RED is congruent to angle NYS. What is NYS? No, NYS is NES. I'm so sorry. NES. Okay, so angle RED is congruent to angle NES. How is it congruent? Vertically opposite angle. Simple. So angle RED is already 105 degree. Therefore angle NES is also 105 degree. So angle Y is equal to 105 degree. Easy? Understood? Okay. Now we'll go to the third one. Z. Okay. Angle PDM. Which is PDM? PDM is 105 degree. Given plus angle MDQ should be 180 degree, linear pair. Yes, because it is a linear pair. So 105 plus MDQ is equal to 180 degree. Therefore MDQ is equal to 180 degree minus 105 degree. So MDQ is equal to 75 degree. So the angle Z is 75 degree. Easy? Understood? So I will give you question number 5 also as homework. I'll explain how to do it, but it is a very simple sum. Okay. Now if you see your textbook, in the adjoining figure line, in the adjoining figure line P is parallel to line L. Line P is parallel to L and line Q. Yes, that means these three lines are parallel lines. This is a transversal. Okay. Find X. This is a transversal. This is also a transversal. Clear? So find X. X. How much is X? Now see this line. This is parallel. So this is in Z format. This is an alternate angle, isn't it? So this is 40 means how much is this? 40. Yes or no? Yes. Now find the next one. Half of the X we have got till here. What about this half? Again see this. Yes. So this is 30 means this is also 30. Alternate angle again. So 30 degree, 30 degree. For that you'll have to name the figure first. Name it. Okay. Name these lines and the point of intersection and then do this. So this will be easy. Then it will be 40 degree plus 30 degree, 70 degree. Easy. So try doing this on your own. Do it step by step. Don't mess up. Okay. If you mess it up later, it will be difficult for you to understand. Don't mess it up. Okay. Fine. We are going to the next part, how to draw a line parallel to the given line. How are we going to do this? We are going to do this directly with the help of practice set. Clear everyone?